ISG, there were several stories during the rounds over the weekend about the leadership struggle. Do you still want to comment on that? And what do you think are behind those two?
There is no leadership struggle in the ANC at all. It's no leadership struggle.
I mean, how can Fikile Mbalula say that there is no leadership struggle in the ANC when Ramaphosa is literally struggling to lead the ANC? I mean, we know that right now Ramaphosa is not happy with the NEC because of the things that are said in the corridors. He's not happy with the fact that there are people in the NEC that have spread the rumors that he is going to resign. And this issue has actually gotten so bad to a point where the president himself had to confront these people in the NEC to say, guys, stop talking about me behind my back. Why don't you just come and tell me these things face to face? So for Fikile Mbalula to say that there's no leadership struggle in the ANC, I don't know what the hell is he talking about. I mean, guys, the ANC is going to the conference in 2027. And we know the culture of the ANC. As the president, you don't finish your term. And I don't think it is going to be different with Ramaphosa. Fikile Mbalula and other people that have been supporting Ramaphosa all this time, they've been trying to convince themselves that Ramaphosa is going to finish off his term. But now you are starting to see that it is not going to happen. It is not going to happen. And I think the reason why Ramaphosa ended up addressing this issue is because he can see, okay, what happened to Jacob Zuma might actually happen to me. And he does not want that to happen.
We're closing ranks. We call on our members and of the ANC to close ranks. These are stories that are planted deliberately by forces from within and outside our movement who are hell-bent on disintegrating the ANC. And these dark forces are not sleeping. They are working overtime to disintegrate the ANC. As members of the ANC, that is why a call is made to close ranks. This is not the time to be discussing leadership when we are faced with a crisis of an existential crisis as a movement. The focus of the ANC in this moment is rebuilding and renewal, and make it a point that we come back stronger in all fronts.
Man, for Fikile Mbalula to expect the people in the ANC not to discuss the leadership when the ANC is literally going to the conference in a year, it makes no sense. Of course, this is what is being discussed. These are conversations that are being had behind the scenes. And Fikile Mbalula knows, he knows that himself too, that people are talking about who is going to be the president of the ANC after Cyril Ramaphosa. Who is going to be the president? And now the ANC is just doing what they do best. None of us is surprised by how the ANC has slowly turned against Ramaphosa right now to a point where we are hearing some of these things about what is being planned behind the scenes. We are not shocked. We are not shocked. We saw this with Thabo Mbeki. We saw this with Jacob Zuma. Of course, it is going to happen to Ramaphosa too. It is going to happen to Ramaphosa too. And now it seems like there are people that have been accused in the NEC of plotting the demise of Cyril Ramaphosa. Guys, you remember yesterday we did an update about this letter that was released by the Women's League, the ANC's Women's League. And this letter, it says that the ANC's Women's League is outraged at the alleged plot by some ANC National Executive Committee members who want to see the president removed from office, probably in the next NEC meeting to be convened on Monday, the 1st of December 2025. The ANC's Women's League would like to deposit its full confidence together with all our structures in the leadership of the president, both at Luthuli House and in the union buildings as leader of the government of national unity. It is quite alarming that some within the ANC might disregard established organizational protocols to raise any discontent arising from the leadership of the president and choose to invade the media with falsehood. President Ramaphosa is on record in his abhorrence and action against corruption through convictions by competent courts of law and recouping billions of rands that were stolen from the public purse over the last decade of corruption and malfeasance. Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa recently ceded to all our called as the ANC Women's League and declared the gender-based violence and femicide as the national crisis, which is unprecedented in history and a progressive move towards combating the scourge. The president hosted a very successful G20 summit, which brought together the international community to engage on the socio-economic and political collaborations on the global sphere of influence, and this was the very first ever G20 gathering on the African soil. The ANC's Women's League would like to categorically caution against those who meet in the dark corners and connive for the demise of a president, which is detrimental to the renewal of the ANC and the clean governance which the president is advocating for. The course of the National Democratic Revolution cannot be derailed any further by charlatans of doom who goes around peddling lies through reactionary campaigns for their selfish endeavor to proceed with thievery at the expense of the poor masses of this country. So, the Women's League, they are talking about these charlatans of doom who goes around peddling lies through reactionary campaigns for their selfish endeavor to proceed with thievery at the expense of the people of this country. So even the ANC Women's League have also said that, guys, we think that there are people in the NEC that are plotting the demise of Cyril Ramaphosa. There are people that are plotting the demise of Cyril Ramaphosa. And like I said, guys, it looks like there are people, a couple of people that have already been accused of plotting the demise of Cyril Ramaphosa, because yesterday I saw two social media posts that I found quite interesting. I must say, I found them quite interesting because the first one is from Mondli Gungubele. Guys, we know Mondli Gungubele, the member of parliament from the African National Congress. And this guy, yesterday, he said that a suggestion that I am part of a movement to remove current president of the ANC needs the best possible psychiatric assessment, because it must be part of the sickness to assert falsehood at all cost. This is what Mondli Gungubele says. A suggestion that I am part of a movement to remove the current president of the ANC needs the best possible psychiatric assessment, because it must be part of the sickness to assert falsehood at all cost. So it looks like Mondli Gungubele is one of those people that have been pointed at in the NEC to say that, Mondli, we know what you're planning. We know what you're planning. And now he's on social media to say, but guys, I will never plan anything like this. I will never be part of the people that are planning the demise of Cyril Ramaphosa. But you know what I like to say, especially when it comes to politics, where there is smoke, there is fire. This is what I would like to say about politics. Where there is smoke, there is fire. And I think more NEC members are going to come out to say, but guys, I'm not part of that. Because clearly there are people that are being pointed at right now. Because out of the blue, at 11:54 p.m., just before 12 in the midnight, Mondli Gungubele goes on social media to say that, but guys, I am not a part of the people that are planning the demise of Cyril Ramaphosa. Meaning that there were conversations that were had. And Mondli Gungubele knows that there are people who actually believe that he's part of that cabal that is planning the demise of Cyril Ramaphosa. And I'm saying, where there is smoke, there is fire. I am not shocked by any of this. I know that somehow these people in the ANC, they want to find a way to get rid of Ramaphosa. He can threaten them all he wants. He can demand these people to stand up and look him in the eye and tell him to resign. They are not going to do that. These people are thieves. They work and they plot against you. They are going to plot against you, just like how Cyril Ramaphosa and his people plotted against Jacob Zuma. This is what the ANC is known for. And it was not only Mondli Gungubele who actually who said something on social media about this allegation that he's part of the people that are planning the demise of Ramaphosa. The Deputy Minister of Health, Mr. Joe Pahla. Mr. Joe Pahla yesterday on social media, this is the guy that I'm talking about, guys. This is the Deputy Minister of Health, Dr. Joe Pahla. Dr. Joe Pahla on social media yesterday, he also released quite a lengthy statement. And he talks about the same thing. And the reason why I'm saying that, okay, something is happening here, because it is not a coincidence that these people on the same day, they are releasing these letters to say that I am not part of it. So Dr. Joe Pahla rejects the coup plotters' allegations. And his letter, it says that the ANC NEC member and the Deputy Minister of Health, Dr. Joe Pahla, rejects and dismisses allegations of being part of the coup plotters to unseat President Cyril Ramaphosa made in the Sunday newspapers on November the 13th, 2025. I regard these claims that I am plotting to oust President Cyril Ramaphosa as utter rubbish and poor hogwash. In fact, I lack the adjectives to adequately describe the absurdity. These fabrications are the work of the desperate individuals attempting to drive a wedge between myself as the NEC member and the lifelong activist of the ANC for nearly 5 decades and my president. This is precisely what our late President O.R. Tambo warned us about, the wedge drivers who saw suspicion, division, and mistrust within our ranks. The people behind these allegations have a destructive agenda aimed at undermining the unity of the ANC, dividing the National Executive Committee, and causing unwarranted doubt on my integrity among the members of the organization to which I have devoted my entire adult life to. I reject these malicious, outrageous, and fallacious accusations that are devoid of any truth with the contempt they deserve. Let me also state unequivocally that I have consistently supported and continue to support President Ramaphosa. My confidence in his leadership is rooted in the values I know him to have and the renewal agenda he continues to champion in the ANC and in the government. Over the years, I have stood firmly behind the collective decisions of our movement, and I have worked tirelessly to advance the program of unity, stability, and transformation under his leadership. My commitment to supporting the president is based on the principle, experience, and belief in the ANC's mission to serve the people of South Africa. Any suggestion to contrary is not only false, but an affront to the truth, to the movement I serve, and to the leadership collective of the ANC. So this is what the Deputy Minister of Health, Dr. Joe Pahla, is saying. But guys, I don't understand why am I being accused of plotting the demise of Cyril Ramaphosa. I have supported Ramaphosa. I have supported the African National Congress. I mean, like many people said the same thing when they were accused of plotting the demise of Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma only realized later that, no, man, these people were plotting against me this whole time. These people were plotting against me this whole time. You remember Fikile Mbalula? Fikile Mbalula used to be a staunch supporter of Jacob Zuma. And as soon as Jacob Zuma was removed from office, Fikile Mbalula started to tell us how corrupt Jacob Zuma was. And he even went as far to tell South Africans that, guys, we lied about that fire pool. We said it was a swimming pool, but we said it was a fire pool, but it was actually a swimming pool. We have actually allowed the president of the country to use millions of rands from the taxpayers to build himself a nice pool. And we said that we're going to say it is a fire pool. Fikile Mbalula admitted to that. So I am not shocked with these people saying that, no, I'm fully behind President Cyril Ramaphosa. I support Ramaphosa. I support the ANC and his values. They are plotting against Ramaphosa. He's going out. He's going out. And it looks like this is starting to be a conversation that is getting quite hard for the ANC to ignore. It's getting quite hard for the ANC to ignore. It seems like this is something that they are now talking about almost every day. The plot against Cyril Ramaphosa, the ousting of Cyril Ramaphosa. This is what the ANC is talking about right now. A lot. A lot. So it is happening. It is happening. We don't know when they are going to pull the trigger, but it is happening. They don't want him to finish off his term. You don't finish off your term in the ANC. What do you mean you're going to be the president of the ANC until 2027? What the hell are you talking about? By the time Donald Trump hosts the G20 event in the United States, I don't think that Ramaphosa will be the president of the ANC. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But I don't think that Ramaphosa will still be the president of the ANC by the time the United States hosts the G20 event. I don't think so. I was looking at Ramaphosa the other day when he was closing that G20 summit and saying that they are handing over the baton to the United States and they will see each other again next year. I said, Ramaphosa, you are not going to the United States. This is what I said. In my own head, like, Ramaphosa, you are not going to the United States. You are not. You are not. You are not. And I think, again, the other thing that Ramaphosa, I mean, is going to be hard for some of the people that favor him and to defend him. Like, a lot of the people in the ANC, to start with, they were not happy with the arrangement of the government of national unity. The ANC comrades, the true ANC comrades, they actually wanted the ANC to work with Umkhonto Party and the EFF. And somehow it did not happen. The ANC ended up working with the DA and other political parties. So there are people inside the ANC that are not, like, they are totally not happy about it. That are not happy about it. And with the Constitutional Court holding the judgment of Phala for such a long time, I don't know what is happening there, man. I don't know what is happening there. But I guess everything goes with timing. I guess everything goes with timing. Now it's on. It's on. Ramaphosa, the fight to kick him out has already started. The fight to kick out Ramaphosa has already started. And I'm not going to be shocked to see the likes of Fikile Mbalula being in the camp that says that Ramaphosa needs to step down. Fikile Mbalula is only loyal to the ANC. If there's one thing about Fikile Mbalula, he's only loyal to the ANC. So I'm not going to be shocked when I see Fikile Mbalula says that, I speak on behalf of the ANC. I'm only loyal to the ANC. And honestly, I don't think that Ramaphosa has done a good job. I think he should step down. Ramaphosa is going. He's going. Guys, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts about this letter that was released by the Deputy Minister of Health, Dr. Joe Pahla, that no, he's not part of the people that are plotting against Ramaphosa? And what do you think about this social media post by the Member of Parliament and the NEC member, Mondli Gungubele, saying that a suggestion that he is part of a movement to remove the current president of the ANC needs to be studied or needs the best possible psychiatric assessment because it must be part of the sickness to assault falsehood at all costs, guys. What are your thoughts? Please tell me in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button, the most important part. My name is Thomas Mabao, so I will see you next time. Bye-bye.